Okay, so let's talk about your style. Okay, for me, I'm not freaked about celebrities and comedy. Okay, I'm not star freaked, and I don't really watch skits. But there's something about your content that resonates to my person because I'm a critical thinker, and some jokes don't go off well with me, especially it has to do with my religion. Okay, and other things that I hold dear to myself. But I have noticed your unique style of content, which is family friendly, and anybody can learn from your comedy. So, how did you develop this content, and what inspires your content?
Um, First of all, let my brothers and sisters. Let me firstly greet University of Ibadan. You guys are very special to me. I was telling my manager, to be honest, yes. You see, I think in the past year I've been invited to speak in over 20 universities. I've declined all. And it is only University of Ibadan that I've been to 3 times in 1 year.
Amazing.
So, you and I have a special place. Yes. It might be the Spirit of God telling me that maybe my wife is in this institution. You know. Yeah. So, the journey into comedy. Let me firstly draw from the well of Pastor Samson Odegbami. You see, sometimes, destiny is different from destination.
Yay! That's deep.
Let me explain. You see, I was almost a lawyer. It remains small or cool. See, sometimes you have to know that I've been a big of ability. You see, when I was in school, the dream for me was to become a lawyer when I was studying law. But I kind of realized, let me tell you the trajectory of my life that changed. From a young age, I knew that I could do comedy. That's what I knew how to do. Crack joke in class, to be stubborn. That was my thing in school. I would tell people that I'm the hardest person you can sell a course to. Or this motivational speaker. They were my arch nemesis. When I was in secondary school, there was a motivational speaker that came to my school one time and said, he failed jump 9 times. Look at where he is today. Any question? You that are supposed to be avoiding question. A particular man came, he said, he was a former drug addict. He used to do heroin. He said, now, look at him. He has an NGO in over 12 countries. So avoid drugs. You should be grateful for heroin. If not for heroin, will you be here you are today? So I had that kind of thinking. I was kind of a rebellious person. I was the hardest person you could sell dreams to. But when I was in school, it was a plot. You do law, you become a lawyer. But I kind of realized that it was not, my effort was different from my results. Don't get me wrong, I finished with a second class upper in school, but I was not used to not excelling at the peak. I found that for comedy, I easily found myself to be the funniest person in every classroom. It was easy for me. So in my 400 level, something happened. I had a project supervisor in Oshogbo. So I remember I did a course called Equity and Trust. Are there any lawyers in the house? Those of you studying law in Equity and Trust. And don't get me wrong, I was a good student too. I mean, I would read, but I was not a first class student. But I wanted to be a first class person in life. That was my dream. I remember something. So we're doing Equity and Trust, and the person that was supervising me was the lecturer of Equity and Trust. For some reason, I was interning in his law office. The man stepped out, and he was marking our Equity and Trust script. And I went to his desk, and I started to go through the script. I saw the script of the best students in our class at the time. You know that sometimes academic prowess is gift too. I read that script and I realized, I should take comedy serious. But I saw that the only way I could write that script is if they give me the textbook and say, copy this textbook. So I kind of realized for some people, and this was a girl that was not reading on the same level as most of the law students, but for some reason she was always ahead. And it was a recall to myself that, Baba, you find your gift. Because the Bible even says the gift of a man maketh way for him. Give it to me. So the Bible said the gift of a man maketh way for him. So I had to recall. I said, oh boy, chase your passion and your talent vehemently. And that was the wake-up call for me, my 400 level. And I said, this comedy that I have, I'm going to pursue it with everything I have as a dream. And we thank God for where we are today.